Good afternoon, everybody. Welcome to a brand new location. Welcome to Disney's Blizzard Beach Water Park. Main Street Fire Rescue is now in service, and we are going to have us a fantastic day today. It's the Christmas season. Blizzard Beach just opened today. It's day one. They will be open probably till March. That's what we can expect. Lately, they've been trading with Typhoon Lagoon. One closes, the other opens. Hopefully at some point that'll end, like prior to 2020 when they were both open all the time. But hey, we'll take it. Blizzard Beach is my favorite of all of them, both water parks. It is an incredibly highly themed water park. I can't wait to get y'all inside there and show you everything. Might do some slides. Got the GoPro with me today. We'll just gonna have a fun-filled day and celebrate it being the Christmas season.
Here you go.
Thank you.
Exit this way, folks. Thank you so much.
So this is it. Welcome to Blizzard Beach. This place is awesome. I think one of the reasons why I enjoy. Oh, and look, it's decorated for Christmas time. Heck yeah. That's awesome. I don't think they've done this in years past, so this is kind of new. They also said that they were going to have some Christmas offerings out here. It's a beautiful day. It is probably about 82, 84 degrees today. Oh man, found a shirt that I need. It's got Summit Plummet on there. Heck yeah. Oh no, that's kind of cool. So they have a lot of new activities out here. There you go, in case you're interested. There's the QR code. This place reminds me a lot of an amusement park I used to go to as a kid named Santa's Village. It was in Dundee, Illinois. And it just has the same architecture as Santa's Village does. And here it is. Check this out. So straight on ahead, way up there. That humongous structure straight ahead, that's the famous Summit Plummet slide. At one time, that was the tallest water slide in the world. I think it stands at 120 feet. It was recently replaced by the slide at Volcano Bay. I think it tops it out by another 2 or 3 feet. And it's all kinds of really cool themes around here, like the snow's melting. You can see how big of a property this is. So one of the cool features they have is right number 8. It's a ski lift that takes you all the way to the top of the mountain, which takes you to all the attractions. Also, you can walk up the mountain too if you should feel like it. And I think at one time too, their lazy river here held a world record. I always feel like water park vlogs are very tricky because a lot of people walking around in swimsuits. You want to try to be respectable of everybody's privacy, you know. It's like these are definitely very tricky. So this park is divided into different areas. You can tell by the slopes here. So the purple is the more extreme, red's pretty extreme, green's pretty moderate, and then they have a kids area which is called Tyke's Peak, which is over here. Recently it got a Frozen themed overlay. So I'm gonna try to find a good spot to put everything. We'll take a walk. There's the chairlift that takes you up the mountain. We'll also come back again and do a more in-depth vlog. It's day one today, and you know, it's going to be a little busier than normal, but as time goes on, especially throughout the winter months, it's awesome to come here because like there's nobody here. This is a ski lift that'll take you all the way up the mountain, and then way up there at the top. That is called Summit Plummet, and it can, I don't know if it's turned on, but that digital board right there will read how fast you're going. See if we can get a better look over here. This is a great spot right here. There's a couple people up there. It is quite the view up there. You can reference my YouTube channel. There's a POV of me doing this slide, I think from last year. I had my GoPro on, and when you're sitting up there, it's straight down. I mean, it's not really, but it sure looks like it. All right, raise the bar. I want to see this. You can always tell when they get ready to go because there's a big metal bar up there that they'll raise. Nope, getting up. Let's see. The one guy was sat down, and now he just stood up. I think his buddies are trying to tell him not to be a little biatch. They just do it. There we go. He's sitting back down now. There we go. All right, now we're gonna see it. Here we go. You fly on that thing. Come on, you can do it. I used to work at a water park, Aquatica, as a lifeguard, and even when I was there as a medic, I would climb that tower and watch people come down the slide. So up there is Tyke's Peak, and it's all a kids area, so we'll leave that to be self-explanatory. I'm not going to really walk through there with a camera. It's not, I really don't feel like being confronted by Chris Hansen. And this slide right here, this gigantic one, this is the exit to Teamboat Springs, which at one time, again, that was another record holder. This is the longest family raft ride slide in the world. And what's cool is once you splash down, you still have part of the ride left. Because you splash down and then you kind of drift through this little river here. And then you get out way up here, right where this hidden Mickey is. Well, it ain't so hidden, but it's a hidden Mickey. I'm gonna take you on a little trip here. This waterfall you see up ahead there coming off the mountain, sometimes they have that thing themed and sometimes they don't. And when I mean they have it themed, this is Blizzard Beach, remember. This is a melting, this is all about melting snow. And so sometimes they will turn that water temperature to what would be equivalent to melting snow. And if it's not that one, there's another one in here that they have done it before. Because it caught me by surprise one time. First time here. They don't have it turned on. But right here where you see all this snow, there's a waterfall that comes down from there. And that's where the ice cold water is. It hits you, man. It takes your breath away. I will do, I definitely can do some of the tube slides. I'm almost certain I can't do the body slides with my GoPro, not with the harness on because of all this plastic. But I am ordering a a hand mount from GoPro, like an actual good hand mount. I'm gonna spend a few bucks on this so I don't have what happened last time where the thing snapped off on Kraken. And yeah, not letting that go. What's crazy is that was even after, because SeaWorld will inspect your GoPro and its mount to make sure everything's all good. And you're like, yeah, man, that's good and secure. But you know what? Even though I lost the GoPro, I'm still more grateful that it didn't hit anybody. That was my biggest fear. It wasn't that I lost the GoPro. I was worried that it would actually hit somebody, and thank goodness it didn't. We also had a light train too. So you can see what I'm saying. Like, look at all the areas you can just chill out here. This is one thing I love about living in Florida. It's the 6th of November and I'm at a freaking water park. How cool is that? That was another one. See where that spout is? That's like a snowmaker and it spits out water. Well, that water is the temperature of melting snow. And up here is the red slope, which is all of these slides. I tell you what, this right here was a nice addition. This used to not be here. What they used to do was old school. The steps are right over there, and you used to have to carry your tube up there. Not that it was that big a deal, but I mean, the steps that go all the way up, you start down here, and you end up way up there. So, yeah, you're on a hike carrying a tube. For some people, it wasn't always easy. So that was a nice improvement. And then the slide where you see the red columns, that's kind of like it's a racing downhill. I think it's a downhill double dipper, they call it, where it hits. You go down, and then you hit a quick spot where it smooths out, and then you head down again, and you hit the water, and you skim across the water. If you do it right, you can slide all the way across the pool and slam into the barrier at the end. This is that landing area for that downhill double dipper. You can see where it starts, and what they do is they have a little tab or a little wedge for you to put your feet on, and so both people line up at the same time and they drop the wedges at the exact same time, and you go flying. And when you hit this second downhill, if you do it right, your ass kind of leaves the tube for a minute, and then again, it's all about technique. But if you hit this pool just right, you can slide all the way across and slam that barrier. Blizzard Beach also has its own wave pool, which pretty much every water park does, but this one is kind of divided. It's one pool, but it's kind of split into two separate areas. I will say this, the only place where this one kind of falls a little short is the wave pool. Typhoon Lagoon's wave pool is where it's at. That thing is freaking badass. So I take back what I said first. The purple slopes are kind of the intermediate slides, and Mount Gushmore Overlook. That's one thing about this park, is because of its elevation changes. There's a lot of really cool areas to stand and just watch people go on slides. The green slides, that's the extreme. You got Summit Plummet, Slush Gusher, and Teamboat Springs. Summit Plummet, Slush Gusher, definitely the two most extreme here. And pretty much just like that, full lap of Blizzard Beach. So I'm gonna go get in the lazy river, put the GoPro on, and get you some GoPro footage. I can't do Teamboat Springs. You have to have at least 2 people for that one.
Yeah.
I'll try that another day. I wonder if this water coming off of these mittens and that, or if it's ice cold. Oh, well, at least they have some of the effects turned on. Oh yeah, I bet. Oh yeah. Oh wow, that's like ice. Holy shit, that's like ice water. Oh. Uh-oh, here it comes. Ice gator, I see what they did there. Just came out Lazy River. Yeah, I've spent half of it walking / swimming on my own, which, hey, it's fine. But what's happening is there's a lot of families that are getting in the Lazy River because it's a very busy day here. I mean, I've seen it way busier, but I think Disney didn't quite plan or was taken by surprise that it's as busy as it is. And one of the guests was asking the lifeguards, say, hey, where's all the tubes? They said, this is all that we have. That's all that we put in for the day. So I think Disney kind of didn't plan enough and didn't think that it would be that busy. So basically you've got 50 tubes in a river where there's 200 people in. So do that math. Lots of people without tubes. So we're gonna head over to the tube water slides and gonna go down those, and I've got my GoPro on its mount, so we're gonna go let's go storming down the mountain, shall we? Oof, that would be rough. 45 minutes from this point. Ouch. You're about to see how many steps this is. I'll speed it up a little bit. Yes, sir! Oh, this is a good one. Woohoo! Ah, this is a nice long run. I forgot how good this one is. Ah, speed bumps. Yeah, it's a great slide. Oh yeah, big one. Woo! Well, I was able to get about one slide in. I took the GoPro all the way up and climbed the mountain. There was a couple in front of me, and they were on the struggle bus a little bit, but when I walked past them, they're like, hey, that's a haul to the top. And he goes, the guy goes, yeah. He goes, yeah, it's a big climb. And off his girlfriend or a friend, but anyway, the girl next to him made a comment about it being hard, and he looked at her, he goes, well, that's just because you're a girl. Good. Well done, sir. You're going home by yourself. I got up there, and it was a lot longer of a line than I thought. And again, it comes down to there's not enough tubes for the amount of guests that are here. There just are not. It's creating unnecessary wait times and lines. You know, it is what it is. It could be worse. You know, I'm at a water park in November. You know, this is awesome. It's just today is what is today? $74 plus tax if you're not an annual pass holder. If you're an annual pass holder, you have the option for an extra, I think it's $110 to add this to your annual pass. And it's called the Water Park and Sports option, meaning you get both water parks plus mini golf at all the mini golf courses for free before 4 p.m. and then you also get free foot golf over at the golf course across from the Grand Floridian. It's a super awesome option. I mean, basically 2 visits at any of the water parks and you've more than paid for this thing. So from that aspect, it's awesome. But the people that don't have that option, that are here on day tickets, it's a $75 day today, and there's not enough tubes for all the guests, which sucks. But also they've released a new a tiered pricing structure for this water park, and actually both water parks, and I believe there's going to be an annual pass coming out for just the water parks. Well, I say parks, but hopefully at some point they'll operate simultaneously like they used to. There actually used to be a water park pass. It was I think around 90 bucks, 100 bucks, something like that, and it got you into all the both Disney water parks. Again, all the stuff that was just cleared off the slate after 2020 happened. So what I'm gonna do is take a walk around and point some things out, and then I think I'm gonna jump over to Hollywood Studios real quick and see if there's any Christmas decorations up, and then I gotta get home and finish some things up. But this right here, it looks like a bridge right there. That's Steamboat Springs. That's, as I said earlier, that at one point was one of the longest family raft rides in the world. That's a GoPro for sure. I want to get that one. I want to do that one with a wrist mount, only because that way I can constantly point it forward, where if I use the one I have on my the chest mount device, it's only going to face one direction unless I physically turn my whole self around. And sometimes if I'm sitting across from somebody, I don't want them in the shot in the video the whole time either. So once that mount comes in the mail, we'll be able to do a lot more. And again, other times to come back here, it's going to not be as crowded. This is where I went to. This is Runoff Rapids. That's all of the tube slides. I keep waiting though for Disney to add a new slide out here. It's been a couple years, but they put a new slide out at what do you call it? Typhoon Lagoon, called Misadventure Falls. That was a great addition. I just wonder at what point is it going to be where they're going to add a new slide here. The scenery here is really cool too. Like they literally have this built on like it's like a mountain. I mean, it really is. Like this is all theming. It's brilliant work. Really, really brilliant work. This is what I like to say. This is Disney Imagineering at its finest. It truly is. So this is the slide that I took the GoPro down. This one right there. That's it's the wide open one. I figure it's easier to see versus the closed one, which is insanely fast. But yeah, you can tell. You can see how high up these things go. Try to see if I can just show you where it starts. See that umbrella is way the F up there? So from here, that's where you're climbing to. You're going all the way up there. And it is a series of steps that is not for the faint of heart. So don't always rely on these either. These sometimes can be wrong. If the line starts way down here, this is where the steps start, and it finishes way up there. It's a good exercise, good climb. The other option you have to get up there is to take the ski lift. But today it's got an insanely long line, so it's much easier to take the steps. That guy almost had it. If he would have leaned back just a little bit when his tube got to the water, kind of hydroplane that thing a little bit, he can go all the way to the barrier. Such a big line for this thing. I mean, realistically, it probably wouldn't take that long, but especially when this thing normally has like 4 or 5 people in line for it, I'll just do it a different day. So the other set of steps to go up the mountain, if you don't want to take the ski lift to the other side, you can see people climbing. They're kind of right up in that area. It's hard to see with the sun glaring, but that's the other option to go up to the top of Mount Gushmore, as they call it. So you got the ones on the back side where the tube slides are and all that, and there's this one right up there. It's good exercise. Highly recommend it. Take both. Take the ski lift and then take the stairs. When I come back, we'll hit that up. I think we have a Mr. Morrow sighting. Just wondering how many of them I would see out here today. So I ended up being here about 2.5, 3 hours or so. Made kind of the full tour around this place. I didn't get a lot of the, like I said, slides, lazy river. Kind of a tough day as far as trying to get tubes in that. Again, not in the grander scheme of things, you know, that's the worst thing, you know, right? It ain't that big a deal. Just sucks though when there's a lot of people, and you know it would go a lot faster if they just had a freaking right amount of tubes, that's all. But anyway, I freaking love Blizzard Beach. We'll be here a lot more throughout the winter months, and then like I said, usually about March they reopen Typhoon Lagoon, but hopefully this time they'll reopen Typhoon Lagoon and leave Blizzard Beach open. We start right down here. That's where I put all my stuff for my you know, when I changed and everything. I found a nice little chair down here, and then got in the river, went all the way around. You can see this Steamboat Springs, like how long that actually is, and then just by looking at that, how gigantic that lazy river is. But these slides here are awesome. These are all you slide on your stomach. This is the one I want to get another GoPro of when I get my wrist mount, because I got the Hero 11 now. That thing, as good as the 9 is, I think it just completely blows away the 9. I mean, as far as stabilization, it has a special sensor on it now or whatever, where the glass doesn't get water spots, or if you get splashed by water, the water just beads right off of it. So lots and lots of awesome improvements. I had considered the 12, but looking at the 11 and 12, there just wasn't that big a difference. So the 11 is awesome though. I love the 11. This is one of my favorite parts right here on this property, right on the ski lift, looking up at the mountain. It's a great spot. The other slide is kind of hidden, but you can see it right there. The big difference between the two, this one here, Summit Plummet, is literally exactly what its name sounds like. It's straight down. The other one is called Slush Gusher, and basically it's got two hills in it, and you hit one, you get a little bit of air time, but if you ride it right there, you hit that second one, your ass will leave the slide for about a split second. All right, let's catch somebody coming down this thing. It's like a rocket ship. The other thing I love with this park is just the landscaping. I mean, Typhoon Lagoon is very well landscaped, but this one, just because of all of the undulations and basically the mountain they made in the middle of the park to simulate a ski resort. I mean, it's incredible. And I love this photo op here with the snowmen that are melting. I'm gonna check inside the beach house too. See what's inside here. Yeah, there's a few of these strategically placed, and they'll have the piping to them, and they'll actually the icicles will drip. Again, the theming in here is just on point.
Hello.
Hi.
I could do 3 more.
I mean, it looks like an actual ski lodge in here. I mean, this is the theming that so many Disney fans are just clamoring for that we just don't get as much anymore. All right, huge props to the new shirts, the Waterpark shirts. This is I just happened to catch this, a Typhoon Lagoon shirt, and I'm like, oh, let's see what this one's got on it. So I spun it around. One of the best slides out there, Crush and Gusher. That one's a propelled slide. It's kind of like a water coaster, basically. And then this is a really nice Spirit jersey, or it's good for wearing outside. If let's say you get sunburn or something, and you still want to enjoy the water park, these are great to have. Even the Turvis are really nice this time. Who remembers these things? We used to have. I didn't personally have one, but I knew friends that had one of these. I'm trying to remember. I took one of those for a try once down one of the hills we had near home. That thing is incredible, but it is. Yeah, you would know. You don't see that stuff nowadays, sadly, because we have to be too safe about everything. I'm not sure though. All you that live in cold climates, can you still find these, or are these a thing of the past? Just like the saucer sleds over there, those were another one. You wax the bottom up, and man, some bitch would fly. We had also growing up, right against the side of the sales office there. There's an old school metal runner sled, and then a toboggan. We had a toboggan. That was another one. Man, you get 3 or 4 people on that sucker, and you would fly down the hill. There was a place in northeast Indiana called Pokagon State Park, and Pokagon State Park had, I don't know if it's still there, I'll have to do some research, but at the time when I was growing up, they had a toboggan run, and basically you rented your toboggan, and I want to say, I'm trying to remember how you got it to the top. I think you carried it. I think now if it's still there, I'd imagine they probably have a conveyor belt of some sort. But I can remember you would climb up the hill to the toboggan shack, and there were 2 tracks, and you would put, when it was your turn, you'd put the sled on the track, kind of like you were getting on a roller coaster, and then they had a conveyor belt that would move you forward, and then once it moved you to your turn, it would put you out onto the track, which was basically ice. And I want to say it was close to a mile and a half long. It was an incredible experience. Again, things you just don't see much anymore. Now, obviously, a toboggan run in Florida, not really practical. I mean, they do have Snowcat Ridge, but, you know, that's actually a pretty good deal. So if you buy a day ticket, you can get, that's not bad, for an extra $15 for the whole year. So basically, under 10 is 68, 58 with the blackout dates. So you can go anytime outside of 5:25, and then it looks like basically during the very popular busy times of year, but for the most part it's gonna be about $74. Or if you're gonna go more than once while you're here, even 15 extra bucks, that's well worth it. What a fun time. It was enjoyable. It's very busy today. As I said, this is way busier than normal during this time of year, but it's just it's going to be a busy week. So again, if you're here, I'm with you. Just pack your patience, do whatever you got to do, because this is a week that is on par with how busy it is usually during Christmas time. But I hope y'all enjoyed this little trip and tour of Blizzard Beach, as today it is opening day 2023, November the 6th. Let me know in the comments if you've ever been here, plan to go here. Again, one day, looks like it's about 74 bucks. Or if you get one that's got blackout dates or whatever that is, it's a couple bucks cheaper. But it's a great time. But if you're gonna be here on vacation, and you're gonna come here more than once over the course of however long you're here, highly recommend the upgrade option, most definitely. All right, everybody, we're gonna head on off to Hollywood Studios for a moment, check out any Christmas decorations, and then time to go home and get some dinner. Nothing yet, not a thing. Holy crap. It's very crowded. No Christmas decorations. Wow. I thought for sure we'd see a little bit by now. Well, no Christmas decorations, but some progress has been made. There's the bridge that I was referring to the other day that goes in, and that's how they bring the Christmas tree across to the island here. And you can tell too, the water level's way down. I bet they dropped that by a good, probably 4.5, 5 feet at least. Like I said, this thing's way deeper than it looks. I'm 6'1", and if when the water is at its normal height, if I were to like wade across through there to the island, although that would definitely get you thrown out, but if they said, yeah, go ahead and try it, probably in the middle there, I'd be about chest deep. So it's probably a good 5 feet in the middle there. But yeah, it's got to be close. I would say tonight, maybe over the week, like throughout the course of the week. It's unusual. Normally Hollywood Studios is the first one to get their decorations. This time they're the last. They're the Animal Kingdom this year. Last year Animal Kingdom was the very last to get decorated. Yeah, they're not even playing Christmas music here yet. Animal Kingdom's playing Christmas music. So is Magic Kingdom. Come on, studios, let's go. So before, this was only attainable if you did the actual hotel experience. Now, all can have a shot at having some merchandise. What's funny though, is Halcyon is actually a strong benzodiazepine that they give people before for local anesthesia before like surgeries. I think it's spelled different, but yeah, when they came out with that, I'm like, huh, I wonder if they researched that. The ship's named after a strong benzodiazepine. You know, there's something like, I was looking at this stuff, and again, this was exclusive to the Star Cruiser. Can you imagine the people that spent all that money to have that experience, to have specific merchandise that you could only get by being on the actual experience, technically being on the ship? And now since it closed, anybody can walk up and buy the stuff that you had to spend $5,000 for. I'd be pissed. Well, that was uneventful. Not much going on Christmas-wise. It is interesting though to see the Star Wars, the Star Cruiser, Galactic Star Cruiser merch that was once so precious because you had to stay there to get that stuff. Now anybody can buy it, and I don't think I could park any further out here. Literally, there's the road to get out of here. I'll see y'all at home. What a great time I had out at Blizzard Beach, and it's par for the course. Hollywood Studios still doesn't have any Christmas decorations, but hopefully soon. As I pointed out, the bridge is there going across the little Echo Lake, and the water level is definitely lowered by quite a bit. So I would imagine this week, hopefully. I will see you all very shortly. Have a wonderful afternoon and evening, and look at this crazy already. This camera actually lets in a lot more light than what is really here. It has a fantastic night mode, night filter, but it is almost dark out and it's 5:30. So Christmas time is here. I will see you all again very shortly. Main Street Fire Rescue is out of service. See ya.